Fellow members, friends, and comrades, the fourth session of the 14th National Committee of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference is scheduled to be attended by 2,125 members. Today, 2,078 members are present, meeting the quorum requirement. I now declare the fourth session of the 14th National Committee of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference open. Please all rise for the national anthem. Please be seated. Today, with us, we have General Secretary of the Communist Party of China Central Committee, Chinese President, Chairman of the Central Military Commission, Comrade Xi Jinping. Also attending meeting by invitation are other leaders of the party and the state, officials from relevant departments of the CPC Central Committee, the Standing Committee of the MPC and the State Council, as well as foreign diplomats in China and overseas Chinese. Let us extend a warm welcome to them. For today, we have 3 items on the agenda. Let's now move to the first item, the adoption of the agenda for the fourth session of the 14th National Committee of the CPPCC. May I invite the staff to read out the draft agenda? The fourth session of the 14th National Committee of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference agenda, the draft version. 1. Hear and deliberate a work report of the Standing Committee of the CPPCC National Committee. Second, hear and deliberate a report on the work of proposals from political advisors since the last session of the CPPCC National Committee. Third, sit in on the fourth session of the 14th National People's Congress, hear and discuss reports, including a government work report. Discuss a draft outline of the 15th five-year plan for national economic and social development. Fourth, review and approve a political resolution on the fourth session of the 14th CPPCC National Committee. Fifth, review and approve a resolution on the work report of the Standing Committee of the CPPCC National Committee. Sixth, review and approve a resolution on the work of proposals from political advisors since the last session of the CPPCC National Committee. Seventh, review and approve a report on the examination of proposals by the CPPCC National Committee. Members, any comments on the draft agenda? If no objections, please approve it with a round of applause. Now, let's move on to the second item on the agenda. Please allow me to invite Comrade Wang Huning to deliver a work report on behalf of the Standing Committee of the 14th National Committee of the CPPCC. Fellow members, on behalf of the Standing Committee of the 14th National Committee of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, I present this report on our work for your deliberation. Part 1. Review of our work in 2025. The year 2025 was a crucial year for advancing Chinese modernization. In the face of a complicated international landscape and the challenging domestic task of advancing reform, promoting development, and ensuring stability, the CPC Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core has united the entire party and the Chinese people of all ethnic groups and led them in meeting difficulties head-on and forging ahead with determination. Kept in mind both domestic and international imperatives. As a result, the main economic and social development targets for the year were accomplished. China's economy continued to embrace innovation and excellence despite challenges, achieving new outcomes in fostering new quality productive forces. New strides were made in reform and opening up. People's livelihoods were further safeguarded. Social stability was maintained. The 14th five-year plan was successfully concluded. China's economic strengths, scientific and technological capabilities, and composite national strengths rose to a new height, and solid new strides were made in advancing Chinese modernization. The fourth plenary session of the 20th CPC Central Committee was successfully convened, drawing a blueprint for development. Over the next 5 years. We had recently commemorated the 80th anniversary of the victory in the Chinese People's War of Resistance against Japanese aggression and the World Anti-Fascist War. This occasion has greatly lifted national spirit, inspired a strong sense of patriotism among our people. The CPPCC National Committee and its Standing Committee have followed the guidance of Xi Jinping's thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics for a new era, have a thorough understanding of the decisive significance of the two establishments, enhance the four consciousnesses, reinforce the four confidence, and ensure the two upholds. We fully implemented the guiding principle from the 20th CPC National Congress and all the plenary session of the 20th CPC Central Committee. Key ideas on strengthening and improving CPPCC work by General Secretary Xi Jinping and also his speeches at the conference marking the 75th anniversary of the CPPCC's founding. Regarding the CPC's leadership, the United Front and Consultative Democracy as an indivisible whole, we remained true to the nature and the position of the CPPCC. We focus on the central task of economic development, serve the overall interests of the country, leverage the role of special committees. As a result, continued progress was secured in our work. Over the past year, we hosted 98 consultation and deliberation sessions in various forums. The National Committee received a total of 5,992 proposals, of which 5,061 were accepted for processing. The response rate for accepted proposals was 99.9%. We also received 75,648 communications from various sectors of society, with 17,223 of these being adopted. On this basis, we compile and release 2,118 news bulletins. We received 1,057 comments from leading officials and the officials from the CPC and State Council on various suggestions. We also received 201 feedback reports from localities. We hosted 6,778 activities under the theme of better services for the people and organized 11,115 events to engage with people across various sectors. 21,113 members participated in these events, serving more than 4 million people. Over the course of the year, attendance at consultation and deliberation sessions of National Committee members reached 7,043, while their participation in inspections field visits reached 1,290. 506 members engaged in theoretical research work. A total of 1,965 members contributed to proposal work, and 1,443 members reported on social conditions and public sentiments. 365 members made oral statements at the meetings of the session. The international exchange events hosted by the National Committee registered a total attendance of 343. In addition, 33 National Committee members were presented with annual Outstanding Performance Awards. Last year, the National Committee focused on the following 4 areas in elevating the work of CPPCC to a new level. First, upholding the CPC's overall leadership over CPPCC, actively practicing the 2 upholds. Under the top-of-the-agenda system, we intensified efforts to communicate, study, and implement the principles from important speeches of General Secretary Xi Jinping and decisions and plans of the Central Committee. We improved the regular and long-term mechanism for implementation in line with the duties and tasks of the CPPCC. We worked to ensure that each of the directives and instructions on CPPC work was fully implemented. Second, studying, communicating, implementing the guiding principles from the 4th plenary session of the 20th CPC Central Committee and contributing suggestions and proposals on formulating the 15th five-year plan. Formulating the 15th five-year plan served as a major task for the CPPCC National Committee in 2025. We convened subject-specific deliberative meetings of the Standing Committee led by Chairperson Council. We conducted themed research concerning enhancement of the resilience and the security of China's economy in the international circulation and other major issues of strategic overarching and further significance, forming a batch of high-quality achievements. We launched research on the CPPCC regarding 15th five-year plan event. 55 reports in this regard were published. After the 4th plenary session of the 20th CPC Central Committee was held, the dedicated meetings were convened by the Standing Committee of the National Committee. We studied and also organized report meetings of the Central Communication Team, theoretical seminars, and this also provided a full coverage of all the members of CPPCC and the members in the General Office, and the media affiliated with National Committee, and also published over 100 articles in this regard. Third, leveraging the fundamental role of special committees and the role of different sectors. Efficacy of the special committees was improved. We revised general rule of National Committee special committees and work guide for each special committees, further clarify the connotation and extension of the fundamental role as well as the responsibility and the tasks of each special committee. We held 20 sector-specific member meetings with 538 members from 34 sectors participated, and also the 72 assigned tasks formed have been fully implemented. Chairperson Council brainstorming session was convened discussing on giving full play to the role of the sectors. We also carried out basic theoretical research on the sectors of the CPPCC, formulated opinions on giving full play to the role of the sectors of the National Committee. It is clearly stipulated that the General Office and the special committees should organize the activities of the sectors in accordance with their respective divisions of labor and promote the orderly and effective implementation of sectoral consultations and proposals. Fourth, carrying out in-depth implementation and study of the CPC Central Committee's 8-point decision on improving work conduct, creating a clean and honest environment that encourages dedication and hard work. We have clearly defined 84 rectification measures and implementing them one by one. We also improved our meeting culture, implemented the management of documents issuance and meeting activity plans. We strengthened the overall planning of investigation research work, strictly controlled the size of delegations and streamlined the arrangements, lightening the burdens on those working on the ground. We improved the regular and long-term mechanism for improving work style and persistently correcting the 4 wrongdoings. In performing its duties over the past year, the Standing Committee of the CPPCC National Committee carried out the following major tasks. First, further promoting the regular study and institutionalized research on thoughts on socialism with Chinese characteristics for a new era, and also unified the thoughts, wills, and actions with the party's innovative series. 5 study sessions for the theoretical study group of the leading CPC members group, 3 collective study sessions of the Chairperson's Council, and 4 study lectures were convened. 44 study symposiums were held, with 2,165 committee members in attendance. Adhering to the learning and research system, the members of the Chairperson's meeting conducted 69 learning and research sessions, with 823 committee members participating. We also carried out in-depth reading activities for members, organizing 75 online and offline study tours, with 3,322 committee members participating. Revising selected experts from Xi Jinping's statement on the work of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference. As a theoretical study and a training textbook, we organized and carried out 94 research projects, including the important remarks of the General Secretary Xi Jinping on poverty alleviation and alleviation work and the theoretical research on new quality productive forces. We also supported 153 theoretical research projects carried out by committee members, directors of the CPPCC. We also organized 4 quarterly theoretical symposiums, and we also published theoretical research articles totaling 18 on the People's Daily and Qiu Shi. The CPPCC Daily and the China CPPCC magazine have published 401 in theoretical articles through special sections, columns, and special issues on theoretical research. Third, providing consultation suggestions to advance Chinese modernization, better serving scientific and effective decision-making work. We held 2 special consultative meetings of the Standing Committee, 2 special consultation meetings, 13 bi-weekly consultation symposiums, 4 online consultation meetings, 18 expert consultation meetings, 16 sectoral consultation meetings, 10 counterpart consultation meetings, 19 consultation meetings on the handling of proposals, 10 briefings on key concerns, and also 4 symposiums on the analysis of the macroeconomic situation. Consultations and deliberations were given to the areas including deepening the reform of the economic system, promoting innovation-driven development of new quality productive forces, fostering a first-class business environment, consolidating and refining the basic rural operation system, establishing a new mechanism for the comprehensive transformation from due control of energy consumption to due control of carbon emissions, advancing integration of culture and technologies, optimizing regional education and medical resources allocation, improving and also innovating social governance, assisting development of public welfare, leveraging the strengths in the cultural heritage and museum sector to forge a strong sense of community for the Chinese nation, enhancing the connection mechanism for rules in the Greater Bay Area, guiding overseas Chinese, telling Chinese story well. We gave full play to the fundamental role of investigation research, carried out 104 inspection projects. We organized and implemented 20 national democratic supervision topics, completed the task of conducting democratic supervision over the implementation of the 14th Five-Year Plan for 5 consecutive years, submitted relevant achievement to the Central CPC Committee. We recommended 5 members of the National Committee to serve as special inspectors at the Supreme People's Court and 2 at the Supreme People's Procuratorate.
Third, conducting routine work in a spirit of reform and innovation and improving the standardization and institutionalization of the CPPCC duty performance. We implemented the reform measures on CPPCC work set forth at the 3rd plenary session of the 20th CPC Central Committee and fully completed the institutional development tasks led by the CPPCC National Committee. We formulated or revised 37 sets of regulations, including the rules and consultation work of the CPPCC National Committee, the regulations and proposal work, and the regulations and inspection and research activities of CPPCC members. In line with the principle of prioritizing quality over quantity in proposal work, we strengthened proposal review, merged those with similar content for unified handling, and issued 1,831 certificates confirming the completion of these proposals. The Chairperson's Council approved 76 key proposal topics for the year, and 22 Council members took the lead in overseeing the handling of 29 of them. Special Committee participated in overseeing the handling of 709 key proposals. We revised the measures for evaluating and commending work on reporting social conditions and public opinions, and more effectively translated the CPPCC National Committee's consultation outcomes into practical results. We advanced the integrated development of the CPPCC media with the focus on major themes such as the achievement in economic and social development during the 14th five-year plan period. Media outlets affiliated with the CPPCC National Committee published 856 reports on major duty-performing activities and 5,095 reports on the performance of the CPPCC members. A total of 790 conference speeches were compiled and distributed. 550 of them were further disseminated through meetings, briefings, and media coverage. We completed the collection and publication of documentary historical materials for the project Tracing the Origins of the Chinese Civilization. We also held 37 science popularization tours and lectures, and carried out the public service activities such as the CPPCC member enterprises promoting employment on campus. We also handled 137 consultation requests on laws, regulations, and important documents from 61 government departments, soliciting opinions from CPPC members and experts on 502 occasions, and putting forward 728 proposed revisions. 4. Upholding unity and solidarity for harmonious relations among political parties, ethnic groups, religions, and social classes. We introduced an accountability system for unified front work. Members of the leading CPC members group of the CPPCC National Committee engaged in 327 one-on-one exchanges with non-CPC members. 866 CPPC member committee members established contact with 1,200 non-CPC members, and 18 inspection tours were organized for non-CPC members. We supported domestic democratic parties and non-affiliated individuals in fulfilling their duties through the CPPCC. A total of 659 proposals were submitted by non-affiliated individuals. We delivered 427 conference speeches and reported 17,976 pieces of information on social conditions and public opinion. Relevant social committees carried out 10 joint research projects and co-organized 9 consultation activities with the Central Committee of Domestic and Democratic Parties and All China Federation of Industry and Commerce. We also hosted the art exhibition Harmony and Beauty Along the Borderlands, artwork from Xinjiang and Xizang celebrating ethnic unity. We offer suggestions on promoting the building of a strong sense of community for the Chinese nation. And we also supported CPPCC members from ethnic minorities and religious sectors in carrying out their duties. Under the initiative of CPPCC members promoting exchanges, interaction, and integration, we strengthened exchanges and organized tours of CPPCC members from Hong Kong and Macau in better integrating into and serving the overall national development strategy. A total of 66 CPPCC members from Hong Kong and Macau held 107 talks about the national conditions, and 242 CPPCC members from Hong Kong and Macau were represented at the 8th Cross-Strait Community Level Governance Forum. And they also attended the 80th anniversary of the victory in China's People's War of resistance against Japanese aggression and the World Anti-Fascist War, and observed the military parade. 5. Coordinating public diplomacy, people-to-people diplomacy, and think tank diplomacy. We conducted 210 foreign exchange activities with 1,781 participants from 129 countries, as well as regional and international organizations. Members of the Chairperson's Council served twice as special envoys of President Xi Jinping to attend major events abroad. They also participated in 139 foreign affairs activities in China and made 15 official visits overseas. And we organized the Experienced CPPCC events, inviting 168 visitors, including diplomatic envoys to China from European countries and young diplomats from Singapore, to visit the CPPCC National Committee. We hosted the friendly exchange event between the CPPCC National Committee and the Central Committee of the Vietnam Fatherland Front, together with organizations from border provinces. We supported the China Economic and Social Council in holding the China Economic and Social Forum under the theme Deepening Exchanges and Mutual Learning Among Civilizations and Building a Community with the Shared Future for Mankind. And we also jointly held the China-EU Roundtable with the European Economic and Social Committee. We supported the China Committee on Religion and Peace in participating in activities organized by Religions for Peace and the Asian Conference of Religions for Peace, and invited religious representatives from Asia Pacific to visit Xinjiang. 6. Strengthening party building within the CPPCC and advancing the CPPCC's own institutional development. We fulfill the principal responsibility for exercising full and rigorous party self-governance and formulated the working rules for the inspection teams of the leading CPPCC members group of the CPPCC, as well as guidelines on further strengthening party building in special committees, expanded members' participation in duty performance, strengthened the application of outcomes from members' work, and improved routine liaison, service, and management and performance statistics for CPPCC members. We organized special study and seminar programs for the National Committee members and training courses for officials of the General Office with a total attendance of 6,000 in accordance with the CPPCC Charter. The qualifications of 24 CPPCC National Committee members were revoked. We also controlled expenditure on official overseas travel, official vehicles and hospitality, and standardized the management of festivals, exhibitions, and forums. We strengthened the awareness of the CPPCC as a political body, ensured safe and secure institutions, and worked to build model institutions. The achievement made over the past year are fundamentally attributable to the strong leadership of CPC Central Committee with Comrade Qi at the core and the guidance of Xi Jinping's thoughts on socialism with China's characteristics for a new era. They are also the result of the strong support from all sectors of society and the joint efforts of all CPPCC organizations. On behalf of the Standing Committee of the CPPCC, I would like to express my sincere gratitude. Meanwhile, we are mindful of the shortcomings in our work. These mainly include insufficient depth in communication, the principal roles of CPPCC members are not fully brought into play, and weak links for institutional development and implementation still exist. These issues will be earnestly addressed in our future work. Regarding the major tasks in 2026, 2026 marks the beginning of the 15th five-year plan period. The CPPCC will follow the guidance of Xi Jinping's thought on socialism with China's characteristics for a new era, and gain a deeper understanding of the two establishes and practice two upholds. And we will implement the guiding principles of the Chinese CPC National Congress and its plenary sessions, carry out the arrangement of the fourth plenary session, and implement General Secretary Xi's important thinking on strengthening and improving the work of the CPPCC. We will uphold the system of multi-party cooperation and political consultation under the leadership of the CPC, remain committed to the CPPCC's nature and role, uphold the two major themes of unity and democracy, and focus on the central tasks of the party and the country in fulfilling our duties. We will bring together all political parties and individuals from all ethnic groups and sectors to the CPPCC to pool public support, build consensus, gather wisdom, and harness strength so as to secure a good start to the 15th five-year plan period. We will unswervingly uphold the leadership of the Communist Party of China and maintain the correct political direction. Upholding and strengthening the party's overall leadership is the fundamental guarantee for advancing China's modernization and for the development of the CPPCC. We will ensure that the party's overall leadership runs through the entire process and all aspects of political consultation, democratic oversight, and participation in deliberation of state affairs, and that the two outputs are reflected in concrete actions and tangible results. We will integrate the party's innovative theories into regular study and daily practice so as to strengthen ideological and political guidance and more effectively build broad consensus. Unity in thinking is the foundation for unity in politics and action. The depth of theoretical study determines the level of understanding and the effectiveness of implementation. We will establish and improve the mechanisms that integrate regular study of the party's innovative theories with systematic research and rigorous theoretical interpretation so as to help all political parties, people's organizations, and individuals from all ethnic groups and sectors to consolidate the shared ideological and political foundation for unity and joint endeavor. We will intensify efforts to communicate policies, address concerns, stabilize expectations, and strengthen confidence, promote the main theme of reform and development, and rally positive energy for unity and progress. We will organize activities commemorating the 160th anniversary of the birth of Dr. Sang Yat-sen. We will also strengthen the CPPCC's friendly exchanges with other countries and better tell China's story, including the story of whole process people's democracy. We will offer policy advices on the 15th five-year plan and serve the central tasks of the party and the country through high-quality performance of our duties. We will effectively carry out the 2026 consultation plan of the CPPCC National Committee, conduct in-depth research and consultation on major tasks and strategic initiatives set forth in the 15th five-year plan, and focus on major theoretical and practical issues related to consolidating the foundations for basically realizing socialist modernization and advancing development across the board. We will carry out thematic research across special committees, sectors, and disciplines, and put forward policy recommendations that are forward-looking, targeted, and practical. We will truthfully reflect social conditions and public opinion on key issues in areas such as economic development, scientific and technological innovation, reform and opening up, social development, and people's well-being. And we will properly position consultative oversight and effectively implement the CPPCC National Committee's democratic oversight work plan for the 15th five-year plan so as to promote the effective implementation of major decisions and plans of the CPC Central Committee. We will also highlight the principal role of CPPCC members and enhance their capacity and effectiveness in performing duties. CPPCC members must cherish their political identity and honor their titles, remain committed to performing their duties and serving the people. They need to study and grasp the party's principles and the policies of the state and strengthen both their political awareness and their ability to perform duties. They must observe the law and abide by the CPPCC charter, cultivate a sound conduct, maintain integrity and self-discipline, and consistently uphold a climate of strict standards and upright conduct. They must also practice a correct view of political achievements and promote regular, long-term improvement in work conduct. Fellow members, let us rally more closely around the CPC Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, unite our efforts, and press forward with resolve to advance the high-quality development of the CPPCC on a new journey in a new era, and contribute our wisdom and strength to the building of a modern socialist country on a path of socialism with Chinese characteristics.